Quick question. If you've seen this image depicting some upcoming changes in the Upper Bukit Timah region, have you noticed this structure labelled here as a future integrated transport hub? Same goes for this URA Draft Master Plan 2019 publication. Around the Upper Bukit Timah region at the Beauty World area is also indicated as an upcoming future integrated transport hub. Well, guess what? That future, it's finally here. So these plans for the Upper Bukit Timah region have actually already been cooking for quite some time. In 2014, under the Master Plan, this very prime plot of land is bounded by Upper Bukit Timah Road, Jalan Jurong Kecil and Jalan Anak Bukit, very close to Beauty World MRT station and the Bukit Timah Nature Reserve, was zoned as a health and medical care and hotel site. And 5 years later, in 2019, the government rezoned this entire land plot into a commercial and residential plot. Following this rezoning, they launched a tender for this commercial and residential site in June of 2020, and it was mentioned for it to be a distinctive development and become an identity marker for the whole Beauty World precinct. And as part of this concept and price revenue tender approach, tenderers had to submit their concepts and prices separately in what is called a dual envelope tender. So following that, there was some press coverage of how this Beauty World site was set to catalyze the entire area's rejuvenation, and it was again emphasized for it to become a landmark residential and commercial development, with analysts placing the land bid at that point in time to be at least $1 billion. So fast forward 14 months later, the land plot is awarded to Far East Organisation and Sino Group at $1.03 billion, with URA commenting that the concept that they submitted was compelling and is well considered site planning, design response to tropical climate, and integration of the various users and public spaces. So to give you a sense of what the launch timeline is like for such a mega land plot, the land plot was launched for tender in June of 2020, 14 months later, awarded to Far East, and fast forward 21 months later, in May 2023, the preview has commenced for this project that Far East has decided to call the Reserve Residences because of its proximity to the Bukit Timah Nature Reserve. Alright, so there's quite a few reasons I could share with you on why the Reserve Residences should be a project for you to look out for in the year of 2023. But I'm only going to focus on one main reason why it should be the project of choice for you, and that is, it is the first integrated transport hub with a private residence in the RCR region. So here's what I mean. If you take a look at the map of Singapore that's divided into 3 regions, the first being the core central region highlighted in yellow, typically comprising of areas like Orchard, Newton and downtown area. RCR comprising of areas like Katong, Toa Payoh and also Tiong Bahru, and the rest of Singapore being OCR region, which is all the areas highlighted in blue here. Of course, here the implication is that the closer we get to city centre, the more valuable the land, and thus the higher are the property prices. And as we can see in a while, all the other ITHs are located in the OCR region, and the Reserve Residences is the only one in the RCR region. Next, we have to define what an ITH is. According to the LTA website, they are fully air-conditioned bus interchanges, seamlessly connected to an MRT station and an adjoining commercial development. So how many ITHs are there in Singapore? In this press coverage in June 2021, Woodlands ITH was the 11th such hub, and at that point in time, at 41,000 square meters, was the largest so far. So there are 11 completed integrated transport hubs in Singapore, with another 3 upcoming ones. So of the 11 that are completed, there are only 5 that have private residences. The rest do not have an adjoining private residence. And so because of their proximity to the MRT station, these residences are naturally a little bit more well known. So we have players like the Book Residences, the Centris, Helian Residences, Compass Heights and also North Park Residences, and with the upcoming ones, Sengkang Grand at Bangkok, Pasir Ris 8 at Pasir Ris, and the Reserve Residences at Beauty World. And if you notice, all of these ITHs with private residences are all in the OCR region, with the Reserve Residences being the only one in the RCR region. So how rare are ITH units? Of the total condo units count as per June 2022, there are 337 condo units, and ITH units, completed ones, account for less than 1% of all of these units. So what is the draw of an ITH? Why are these developments so significant? In a survey commissioned by HProp done in June 2022, they collected 1,200 responses online, and they asked respondents if you would be willing to pay more for something when purchasing a residential property, what would that factor be? And the top 3 responses that they received were all related to either walking distance or being directly connected to an MRT station or a transport hub. So this lends weight to people's willingness to pay for this convenience. So here we can take a look at some price charts of certain ITHs just to give us a sense of what are the price trends at these integrated transport hub projects. So this is for the Centris. This is the one at Boon Lay. It has seen a 154% price gain over the past 17 years. And this is for North Park Residences. Despite entering the market in 2015 at 1,350 per square foot, definitely higher than other projects in Yishun. At that point in time, it has still shown very good price growth, hitting as high as 1,900 per square foot in March of 2023. Alright, so some information about the reserve residences. I'm going to give you just enough information to give you a macro picture of what it's like. I'm not going to go into too much detail. So just some quick top of the line stats. The developer is Is Sino Group. It's in District 21, the RCR region. There will be 732 units in 1 to 5 bedroom configurations, and there will also be 160 service apartments in this project. TOP is estimated for Q1 2028, and it is designed by Woha Architects, a local-based, multi-award winning architectural firm. So just to give you a sense of orientation, this is more or less a north-facing view of the whole project, with the south side here being the Bukit Timah market. In the north will be the Bukit Timah Nature Reserve and the Rifle Range Nature Park. On the west side, Beauty World Centre, and on the east side, Bukit Timah Plaza. So there will be 732 units, and these are in 4 collections across 8 towers, and they are located at the back here. At the front in this building, that's where the service apartments will be at. And there will also be a pedestrian bridge built by the government that will link directly to the future Bukit Timah community building. So here's a cross-section view to see a little bit of what's below the structure. The shopping mall will be located from B1 to level 3, so it's a 3.5-story shopping mall. 20,000 square meters of space, that's about the size of Bedok Mall. And then you have the bus interchange here at level 2, and the underground pedestrian link to the Beauty World MRT station located here. And all these factors come together for it to really become an integrated transport hub. So here are some artist impressions of the project. Very beautiful project. On the south side here, again, the Bukit Timah community building coming in the future. And in the far distance, a very picturesque view of the Bukit Timah Nature Reserve. And here's another artist impression of the project from the junction of Jalan Jurong Kecil and Upper Bukit Timah Road. A very beautiful project covered in a lot of lush greenery. So the show floor is located on site. Preview is running from 13th of May to the 23rd of May, with the booking day being on 27th of May 2023. If you need details like floor plans and prices, check out the description below. If you need more details, drop me a note and I'll hope to see you there.